You just broke the fourth wall. You can hear it Skype.
Hello?
Hello, Governor!
Hello, how are you?
I couldn't help myself.
It's okay, don't worry. Is this Sherlock Holmes as played by Mike Tamburo?
It is.
It is.
It is. How did you know?
Good stuff. I could tell by the eloquent delivery, my friend.
I messed up. I made a hard H instead of like a light H. Should have been hello.
That takes us back to World War II, doesn't it?
It does. I set us back. I set mankind back as a whole.
Well,
So we're doing a pre-show. We're doing a pre-show right now. We're recording. We're streaming. But
right.
I forgot to do one more thing before I actually go officially live. But I think we're ready. You ready?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. I'm fine. I'm ready.
Are you ready to listen to the beautiful voice? You know what I'm talking about. I think you recall. I think you were smitten. I know Mike was.
Yes. I don't get smitten very often, but I'm definitely in the middle of a smit now. Yes.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Now I don't have Maroon 5, so.
Yeah. Okay. It sounds like a disease.
It does, or it sounds like a spaceship that has a very poor sense of direction.
Yeah, like Babylon 5. Wasn't there Babylon 5?
There was a Babylon 5.
Yeah, Mike hates that show.
You know, that's the one Star Trek I think I never really got into. Like, I watched some episodes of it, but...
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, yeah.
Yeah, because there was Babylon 5, there was Enterprise. Wow, that's so funny. Deep Space Nine? Wasn't that all Star Trek?
It wasn't Trek. Babylon 5. Are you having a laugh at my expense?
No, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Maybe. I thought it was a Trek show.
No,
What's Babylon?
Babylon 5. I was not... I didn't want to say anything out of politeness, but I don't think Babylon 5 was a Star Trek. I think like show. I don't think so. No. I think there was Next Generation.
Yeah.
Is Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine, yeah.
American Idol. Those were the official spin-offs.
Yeah, American Idol I definitely know of, especially when they had Ruben. Ruben was really good. Ruben may be better than Picard, Patrick Stewart.
Yes, Ruben's one of my favorite sandwiches, so he always gets my vote.
You gotta enjoy those open hands, you know. That works.
That's what she said. Okay.
Remember, this is we keep this family friendly.
Listen. I'm all about family friendly. You don't get any stuff going on that from me. I'm not one of those people. This is not Howard Stern, people.
That's right. No shock jockeying here. That's for our other shows.
This is purely about quality. We don't have to go to the realms of sensationalism.
Unless we end up pushing up the show to a later time slot, because some people have been complaining and saying, I want to catch the live show and interact, but why do you guys do the show at noon Eastern? Was like, well, you know, when Doctor Who's live, we try to get the show in before people overseas see the next episode. Yes,
exactly. Yeah, I know what you mean. So as per usual, you're catering for the fans there. I've always loved the title of your show as well. It's one of those. I've mentioned it to quite a few people, and it's always that name that gets a bit of a laugh. So that was I think it's brilliant, but I think it's very hard to come up if I was doing like some kind of Doctor Who podcast thing. It's very hard to come up with a name, I think, because
it is.
You know what I mean? Like it just is.
And it was particularly challenging for us because I knew from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to sustain a Doctor Who fan cast and just talk about Doctor Who all the time without it becoming a chore. Not that there's not enough content to talk about, but it's just we wanted to be able to talk about the creative process and other fandoms and things that kind of are tangent to our love for Doctor Who.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's essential, to do, to sort of come at things from a different angle. I mean, there's a lot of websites that I look at, and like I said, I've always said anything creative is fantastic, but a lot of them it's what so and so thinks should happen in season 9 and blah, and what happened to how the Master could be a woman, and and there's a lot of stuff as well that kind of annoys me. I've noticed recently, which is what I would consider just to be clickbait. Rumors about Doctor Who and blah blah blah, and you click on it because we're all into it, and then it's like, come on, man, you don't need to put a headline like that on. But
no, you click on it, and then it's it's paginated, so like
Yeah.
one sentence per page.
Yes.
And then the second thing is, the brunt of the content isn't even what the headline says, or the headline might not even be in there. It's like corduroy pants. Here's where you could buy them.
Yes, exactly. Trade in, trade up. Buy yourself a new Chevy. And you're thinking, wait a minute, I just wanna find out about the Rani or something. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of that going on, but you have to serve many masters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that's what you have to do. You have to bend little things accordingly, right? I mean, you know that, and I know that, and certainly Mike knows that.
Well, Geeky Antics, our network, we also collaborate with All Games and other networks, and
yeah,
I try to keep things as open as possible. But I get it, since you have to pay the bills, and most of these online businesses operate off of a mass marketing model, right? Absolutely. So they have to get all that foot traffic in order to attract advertisers. They don't know how to do affiliate marketing or attract sponsors or have highly engaged or highly targeted traffic. So they just try to grab whatever they can. Look at these 15 child stars. They used to be cute and they look disgusting now. You wouldn't believe what they look like today.
Isn't that, stars that have aged horribly is the actual title.
Right.
I think to myself,
shame on you for getting old. How dare you?
Yeah, like the only thing that's horrible is the attitude of the person who's writing it. I mean, it's just, it's really bad. It's really bad. You won't believe what happens next. And usually there's a girl in like a bikini or something.
Yep.
So I'm told. I don't know from first-hand experience, of course. I hope that came across as being sarcastic.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Are you a Monty Python fan?
Sorry?
Are you a Monty Python fan? Sorry, I kind of threw that at you.
I'm a Monty. Yeah, wow. Talk about segues. I like a good corn dog. And,
well, I said wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Come on.
Are you auditioning for Sherlock? Sorry.
The man on the bench. Remember that bit where he's talking about, are you into photographs? Do you like photos?
Yeah, I know. Why I'm laughing? I know the sketch, and I know the dead parrot sketch.
Oh gosh, that's a good one too.
Upper class idiot of the year is also a great sketch.
Oh god.
I know it encyclopedically inside out, but if you're a Brit and you move to North America, you meet someone new. Within 3 sentences, these two things happen. They ask you about the Queen, and they ask you about Monty Python.
See, it's funny. Within my circle of friends, a lot of folks still haven't been exposed to that. So to me, it's quite a novelty to run into people that like Monty Python. So I'm not that guy that says, hey, I hear in the UK you call cookies biscuits. What's up with that? I'm not that guy, and I don't go for all those cliches. I just honestly love Monty Python. I think their comedy was way ahead of its time.
Absolutely.
I put them up there with.
At times, actually, can you hear my volume? Okay.
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay.
But Monty Python, Kids in the Hall, Upright Citizen Brigade. There's a lot of great stuff out there. What was the other one that came out of Canada? There's another big one that they did. It's kind of around the same time as Kids in the Hall. Is it
a show?
It was like a comedy troupe type thing. Yeah, they had a show and everything.
Kids in the Hall was the big one, right?
Kids in the Hall was definitely a big one. It's not the big one.
Yeah. Oh, you mean SCTV?
There you go.
Well, that was actually older. That was back in the 80s. That launched
right.
That launched John Candy. It launched Eugene Levy.
Right.
But
they were still going while Kids in the Hall was around too. But yeah, they did come in earlier. Yeah, they had a long run.
Back to England at that time, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was still running. But yeah, it did start off in the 80s. It started off around the same time, I think, as SNL actually.
Yeah, it was almost the answer to SNL actually.
Yep.
But it was kind of the Canadian version of that. I used to love it. The opening for SCTV is absolutely classic because they gave everyone the impression that everyone hated the show, and there was hilarious shots of TVs being thrown out of windows to present. Yeah, check it out.
I remember that.
The hatred for SCTV. It was like SCTV is on the air. And of course, like they gave the impression that no one liked it. So
pretty brilliant, actually. That's a good marketing stunt.
Yes, it was a good marketing stunt. Yeah.
Well, see, this is what happened, folks, when I have Andrew Chalmers, who we'll just call henceforth Chompers. That's an inside reference. Fine. Yeah, you have to listen to Time Whammy Tea Time episode 29 to pick up on that and get a lot of the inside jokes here. This is still a pre-show, right? We're both prone to tangents. Is that fair to say?
Prone to tangents? Yes, I would think so. Yeah, definitely, definitely prone to tangents. Yeah.
But no chicken and broccoli today, so that's a huge plus. I like the dead silence. That's a very natural reaction. But did I actually lose you? Andrew, are you trolling me? I think I did actually lose him. Darn.
You there?
There you go.
I'm actually getting reports that my volume is low, which is kind of concerning me. So that's why I sound a little bit distracted there.
Are you? Let me see.
I'm getting reports that my volume is low, but I guess you're the expert. But I didn't want to be causing any. Mind you, the majority of people listening would probably say we prefer it that way. Let's hear Yomar. But as far as Chompers is concerned, let's have him muted. I know my wife would.
I could bump you up a little bit more. Here.
Okay.
Yeah, put you up.
Should I talk while you're doing it?
20% louder. But yeah. I might be a little bit louder now that I'm looking at the sound levels. But you weren't low. I mean, I hear you fine. I don't even have my my studio monitors are like not even halfway up.
You're very you're crystal to me.
No, you sound great.
Okay.
I can't complain, but I bumped you up a little bit, so that's good. See, this is why we do the pre-show to kind of, just get all our stuff out and eat our chicken and broccoli.
How would
do a little sound test?
How would I go around? How would I go about making sure this microphone was lifted in volume? I'm not very techy.
Is it a USB or is it an analog mic with an XLR?
It's USB. It goes into it goes into the modem thing.
Well, basically, you have to go into the sound mixer on Windows or Mac and increase the gain, the software gain on it. But you don't want to increase it too much because software gain is pretty janky. If you have a knob on it to adjust the gain, it's better to do it on that than the software. Because software, when you do the gain on the software, it tends to be lossy. It starts to peak really bad.
Okay. How is that? This is a message going out to my sound engineer. How is that? This is not directed at you, Yomar. This might sound weird, but how is that? Please respond by text. This is quite mysterious, isn't it? I like this.
Actually, yeah, it sounded like, I don't know what you did, but it sounded a little warmer, like you're closer to it.
Well, I'm trying to be a little bit more seductive.
You're putting candy in my ear right now.
I'm putting the at the beginning of episode 3 of season 1, the Doctor said when he meets Cassandra for the first time and he saves her from demonic horses, he says, "Come to me." I'm doing a little bit of that kind of timbre with my voice.
Is it? Oh, I like it.
Do you like it?
Are we? Wait, is this an audition? Is it an audition?
It's an audition. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes, Dick Van Dyke. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, there was one more thing I wanted to get in order before we actually cue up the intro and get really started, and I just lost it. Wow, I'm just a hot mess. This is what sleep deprivation does to you kids. Get your sleep. Don't fight the sleep. I know for you young folks, it's like you want to maximize your uptime, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because as Yomar is demonstrating, sleep deprivation causes you to pause in between sentences erratically. So don't do that, kids at home.
This is my we're auditioning, so this is my William Shatner impression.
Oh, William Shatner.
Yeah.
A Canadian icon.
Is he? Is he a national treasure?
Oh yeah, of course he is. Of course he is. Yeah, hang on, buddy. I'm just screwing the bass into the microphone. Yeah, hang on. Of course, Shatner is.
Oh, now I remember. Before I lose the thought, if you want to tell your folks about where we're at, I should probably send a tweet out. I'm gonna send a tweet out, so there's be a little bit of dead air. But we are streaming right now on allgames.com live, and let me make sure that stream is okay. It looks good. And we're also on twitch.tv/geekyantics. Now, The all games option may be better for some live because it's a HTML5 player, which means for non-techies, it means it's going to work on pretty much any device that has the HTML5 web browser.
Exactly.
And what else? But, Twitch, we like Twitch because Twitch has a chat feature, and you can set up, Twitch is not very user-friendly, so I know some people have told us that they like a different platform, but it's, we do Twitch because we do a lot of gaming related stuff, and there's already an audience there, so why reinvent the wheel?
No, don't reinvent the wheel.
But you can sign up for Twitch using Facebook, so that's handy dandy.
It is. That's good to know. That's good to know.
Do you have a Twitch account, Chalmers?
No. My eye does very funny stuff when I stand in front of an air conditioner. That would be the nearest to Twitch I would get. But I'm not very, I'm not very technical when it comes to these things. That's why Mike's the tech guy. I'm just the guy who shows up and rambles on incessantly.
All right.
I'd like to get more with it, but to be honest with you, I find it a bit confusing. I don't find it that easy to use.
It's not, and it's not for anyone that feels confused by it. Don't feel like it's you're not really tech savvy, or maybe it's age, because they're really geared towards a younger audience, and when it comes to intuitive design, they are lacking.
Right, I got you. Yeah, like it's a lot of it's hidden away. I'm from the generation of hit play, hit pause, rewind, forward. There you go. All this invisible stuff. I find it a bit confusing, and Mike will certainly be able to testify to how confusing I find it. He's been, he's experienced a lot of my problems, shall we say. Both technological and otherwise.
It's unfortunate. A lot of people are. You mentioned the generational gap that we experience. People will never know the sheer joy of having to rewind a tape before bringing it back to the rental place.
Or you get charged.
Yeah. Or you get charged
something.
It was a big deal to have one of those high-speed rewinder devices.
Yeah. Or did you ever get the ones that were shaped like a car?
Yep. We still have one. Maybe we have a couple of them.
Is it red?
Yes.
Yes.
Why is it always red?
I don't know, because it's like they're like, hey, this is a sporty. You'll get all beautiful women if you rewind your tapes in this red plastic car.
Subliminal marketing there. Hey, Choppers, do you have your own Twitter, by the way?
We have amaudiomedia.com, and we have Dark Journey AM Audio Media at Twitter. I think that's the address. I think so.
Yeah, I have that one, but I wanted to know if you had one. I'm gonna tweet this out right now.
Oh no, I don't have one. No.
Okay.
No, we have the AM Audio Media one, but I particularly don't have one. I have a bookcase with no door on it, if that helps you.
Now I'm usually pretty random, but that one I don't get.
No. Well, it was totally a self-absorbed joke from me and me only, because I'm here with a bookcase with no door on it. So you were staring at it and it just kind of got to you and you had to call it out. It got to me, yeah. I'm into that more reverential secret humor. I'm very European that way. I'm embracing a lot of the French humor.
No, I like it. I do the same thing too. If something calls out to my attention, it's kind of like when you were a kid. And if you were, you're not supposed to talk in class, but you did it anyway. And then you're doing work in class, but then someone's talking to you about their dog, and all of a sudden you write "dog" in your sentence or your penmanship exercises. Sure. Like, oops, that kind of thing. I get it. You have to. Sometimes, us creative folks, I find, we have to speak out or write things down, or else it's gonna dance around our head too long, right? Yes. Do you have that issue?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I'm a mass writer of notes.
Yes.
And the worst thing for stories, the worst thing that could ever happen is for me to lose that. And I wrote,
Yeah.
I had an email. I shouldn't have been doing it, but like I said, I am not techie. And I had an email with all these notes about our next project in it that had really gone on for a long time. And one day my phone decided to erase it from drafts.
Ooh.
So yeah, and this was quite an event. So yeah, I know what you mean. You have to get it down, and I come up with, if I'm sort of driving and I don't have like a pen or paper, I'll make little acronyms. That sounds like a superhero. I'll make little I am acronym from Atlantis. I'll make little acronyms up. Yesterday I had to remember anarchy, Waterloo, and super. So I made it into SAW. So when I got home, I thought SAW, and then I couldn't
Kids, that's called a mnemonic device.
Oh, thank you. But I couldn't remember what SAW meant when I got home, so that doesn't really work for me.
For some people, mnemonic devices work. For others, not so much. It depends how your brain works.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I love the notes and sticky notes. You know, I'm a shareholder in 3M because sticky notes are the best.
Yeah, you know how they were invented, right?
How were they invented? Did someone drop a piece of paper in gum, maybe?
No, it was well, almost. It was a complete accident because I did work. In fact, I met Mike while we were both working for a retailer who does things like that, like, you know, stationery and, you know, back to school stuff. And it was one of those, you know, stories that, you know, like if you were in the army, it'd be like, yeah, and I took the hill and I went up there and there was 18 of them and I killed them all and came back and saved the village. But if you're working in stationery, it's like, yeah, do you know how whiteout was invented? So everyone's got war stories, right? But a woman, I don't know what that was. I still have a bookcase with no door on it, by the way. I think a guy or a lady, you can't really have many more options than that, had a pad and they glued, it was a pad and they glued it all together so it was like a normal pad, but then the glue wasn't strong enough and the sheets came off. And one of the guys said, that's it's rubbish, get rid of it because it's not stuck together. And someone took the sheet off and sort of put it on a wall and wrote a note on it. And that's all you need. That's all you need. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
See, I never knew that for sure, but if I had to make up a story, it probably would have been something like that. Because most of the best inventions were accidents, right?
Absolutely, like the human race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you believe in Big Bang. I'm more of I believe more in aliens populated the Earth. That's more fun to me.
I'm
kidding.
There's a lot going on about finding intelligent life off the planet Earth, but things that go on a daily basis. I'd be more inclined to look for it on planet Earth.
That is a good quest.
Yeah,
I think I've gotten off on a rant about this before.
Right. Okay.
And, but I think with all the it astounds me and sometimes offends me.
Okay.
How much access we have to information now, yet people become less and less inclined to do research. You know.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? It's very strange. It's very strange that you said that because years ago, you know, kids used to get encyclopedias, right? These massive books, and for some reason,
or go to the library. You know, learn the Dewey Decimal System. Who knows that anymore?
No one does that. It's like, you know, I don't know, like being a caveman or something. But encyclopedias were they were thousands of dollars. Like they cost a bloody fortune. Like your dad would have to like sell the car or something to get you one of these. And then they all lined up like in some cabinet that was in your living room that was only there to put encyclopedias in. The point I'm trying to make is there was great amounts of money was spent for knowledge.
Yep.
And now we have the average person has the internet and they've got the world's largest encyclopedia, which hardly cost them anything. And most people are concerned with what Kanye West is doing and if Miley Cyrus is sticking her tongue out and if Kim Kardashian's walking around with no knickers on. So, you know, once again, I think there's a motif in there for humanity and the fact that you have something there which is absolutely brilliant, but it's not used. And there's something unique and rather sad about that statement.
Yeah, it's scary. Even social media, you would think people would be more social, but I think people now struggle with human interaction. It's
Completely.
awkward.
Yeah,
It's
within
weird.
two, people are arguing within maybe two or three paragraphs about something. Everyone's getting very brave. There's a lot of text warriors. I love these guys. It's incredible, but I mean, not all the time. I mean, you can get very negative with this if you allow it to. There are some examples of great human interaction, but
Absolutely, it's not everyone. It's not all the time, but
exactly.
it's definitely an issue that people have to consider. I'm fixing up the stream title here. All right, we're about ready to get started. We're already getting into some provocative stuff here. This was not planned at all, folks.
No, this is just what we do, Yoma. Right? This is it, man.
This is as the kids say. This is how we roll.
This is how we roll. I don't know why I repeated what you just said, but it sounded all right to me.
You should add a yo to add a little more credibility to the end of that.
This is how we roll, yo.
See, there you go. I'm convinced. I'm sold. I'm sold that you have a hard knock life, and
West Side.
you seen some stuff. West Side, yo.
Yeah, West Side, yo. Yeah. I'm here hanging with my homies in my crib, yo. Actually, I think the Doctor had some little. Mike and I put a line in season 1 about that. If I'm not, he says, yeah, he goes, I've just pimped your screwdriver or something.
I do seem to recall that.
My homie.
That's a little reference to Exhibit, I believe his name is. He pimps your ride.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. That's
right.
another thing we spend a lot of money on. At least here in the States, it's sneakers and cars, but then people can't. They can't keep up with their child support payments or keep their lights on or other weird things. Like, come on, folks, be responsible.
I know what you mean. If I was a rapper, I would get Rolls Royce to make me a car in the shape of a sneaker. And
I'm surprised someone hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, and I would just drive about like this with like gold chains and champagne. Actually, you know what? It's a bit of a running joke with my wife, but I do, with all the sensationalism that goes on with celebrities. I came up with this alias for myself, and it would be I Write, right? And it would be I Write does this and I Write does that. But all I'd be doing is I'd be buying 3 pairs of jeans at Costco. I'd be buying a big tub of wine gums. Like, I don't have extravagant taste. That's the point I'm trying to make. So, it would be quite disappointing, really.
There actually is a gentleman that does kind of goes for that angle, and I respect him for it. Macklemore, he wrote a whole song about thrift shops, he poked fun at how people buy $80 T-shirts, and I'm like, thank God someone's actually going the opposite end, because it is pretty ridiculous. Like, have some priority, because these people that have all this expensive clothes and stuff, they're broke, but because they're spending their money on the wrong things, and then their kids can't eat because they're living off of mac and cheese and hot dogs if they're lucky.
Yeah, I know. Is Mac and Cheese or Macklemore was the guy you were talking to?
Macklemore.
Okay, Michael Moore he's a documentary filmmaker, is he not? He wears baseball hats.
Yes, he's the one that did Super Size Me, I believe.
Right. So he did the song about the thrift shops.
Yes,
he did. Okay, all right.
I believe he may have done it with Maroon 5.
Maroon 5, which is a follow-on for Star Trek's Babylon 2.
Was it Babylon 2 or 3? I'm confused now.
I don't know. Either way, Mike hates them. I don't know why. I've never gotten into the Babylon 5 question with Mike. But
are there zombies?
No, I don't think there's zombies. No, I thought it was good. It was political. Season 1 cost me $10, so I'm in. But I'd watched it in the UK. But Mike was. I think this ugliness came to a head in another interview we were doing. And he just, I don't like Babylon 5. And then I said, you're eating too many Kit Kats. What's the matter with you? And then that's it. So this actually, between you and me, because and everyone listening, the thousands of people listening, I think it might lead to us breaking up the production company. But,
man.
But I don't want to, if he gets wind of that, listen,
I have to.
It's legal. It's going to go legal.
I have to go back and listen and watch Babylon 5 because I honestly can't recall it. I remember that I had watched it, but for a little stretch of time there were a lot of space opera type things. You had Andromeda and Lex and
yes,
Farscape.
Lex was filmed in Canada, I believe.
It shows. It was very unique. Unique.
It shows.
It's not something. Not to be mean, but
what do you mean it shows? A man who's just really dug a very big hole for himself.
No, because U.S. production
shows. What do you mean?
Listen, U.S. production companies tend to be conservative when it comes to things. They take something that already exists and then they try to just one up it. But Lex came from a very strange place, and it fascinated me that the things they had in there. I mean, they had a undead assassin who apparently didn't have any emotions, and then a girl that was really hot for him, but he could not, really be bothered with her. So it was great.
Lex came from a very strange place. So not only are you saying that Canadian programming is cheap, but you're now saying Canada's a strange place? This is, frankly, this is offensive. What's the matter with you?
Strange is exciting to me. Normal is boring.
Dude, I'm not. This is unbelievable, man. This is crazy. I know you guys are okay with Cuba now, but to cut us off like this is crazy.
Oh God. Yeah, that we reconciled with Cuba apparently. So hopefully we'll get good Cuban cigars now.
Job. I think you did a great job there.
I worked hard towards it.
Why not reconcile with Cuba?
I wanted it because Cuba has the same flag as Puerto Rico, just the colors are reversed, and I felt like a part of us was missing, of my people,
Wow, I tell you what, man, we are really, really covering some bases with this whole whatever you want to call this interview, whatever. It's really good.
You are a rotating host on our show. You're always welcome. You're part of the family.
I'm rotating because I've got vertigo. The ceiling is spinning.
There you go.
But thank you. And we do have a lot of fun. I can speak safely for Mike. We do have a lot of fun.
Well, I think with that, we should get started. You ready to get started?
Yeah. Can I just mention a couple of things?
Is this something with it regarding the Dark Journey?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Next week's episode goes out on the Tangent Bound podcast. Okay.
Save that for the actual show.
Oh, okay. So, Mike's texting me and asking me to say things. So I'm like a ventriloquist dummy.
Put it in your back pocket because we're gonna have a whole segment dedicated to it. In fact, most of the show is all you.
Right? Prompt me about these things.
I will prompt you. But here we go. Your favorite intro, Chompers. Here we go.
All right.